Hey everybody, welcome to Ultra Chen TV. This is a live DHC episode. I'll be your host today. I am James Chen, and today, if you're wondering what live DHC is, DHC stands for Delayed Hyper Commentary, where we take match footage that of tournaments that have happened before, and we rewatch them on stream and commentate them live as if we were doing them live. But it's basically going back and watching some old footage. So one of the things, this serves dual purpose. One, it just allows players who haven't gotten a chance to see certain match videos to have an opportunity to watch it, and also gives people like myself opportunity to practice commentating games that I don't normally commentate. So I don't do a lot of Guilty Gear commentary, but I would love to do a lot more. So this kind of serves as a means to practice. However, since it is kind of practice for me, my commentary for Guilty Gear is going to be only okay. It's not going to be great. So I'm definitely going to miss a lot of facts, a lot of knowledge that I should probably know by default. However, sorry, I'm turning on a heater here because it's a little cold in here. However, the other reason why I'm doing this live DHC here, and I have a lot of people to thank for this, by the way. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to bring some awareness as well to some Guilty Gear events that are coming up. Some really, really cool things that are going on in Japan that people should tune in for, because Guilty Gear is doing a lot of very cool things. It's a wonderful, wonderful game. It just came out on PC on Steam. So if you haven't picked it up yet, it's something that you should definitely look into. Fantastic game. Really, really lots of one-player content. Great tutorial systems. Great mission mode. Great training mode. Built-in FAQs. Just all sorts of crazy, crazy things. It's a hard game to learn, not gonna lie. I'm struggling with it myself, but it's so rewarding. Like, probably one of the most rewarding fighting games ever once you get good at it. Now, the live DHC that I'm going to be doing today is a qualifier that took place in Japan very, very recently. This was a qualifier for the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Award event that is going to be coming up, put on by ArcSystemWorks, of course, the company that makes Guilty Gear. They are running a special event called the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards on January 14th. It is going to feature both Guilty Gear Revelator and the latest BlazBlue as well. Unfortunately, I don't know much about BlazBlue, but definitely if you're a fan of BlazBlue, you should watch this event as well. And what this event is, it's kind of like, it's year-end, year-beginning celebration of BlazBlue and Guilty Gear from the previous year. And it's an 8-man tournament. Both of them are going to be 8-man tournaments, double elimination brackets. Pretty sure it's going to be 2 out of 3. They may do 3 out of 5 or something. I'm not sure. But it is going to be it is going to be a double elimination tournament, and there's going to be 8 players each. So, unfortunately, we do not have all the information for this event yet, like where it's going to be streamed, etc., and everything like that. And before I keep going with some description, so I'm going to be setting this tournament up. I'm going to be setting up this video that we're watching by telling the backstory and all this stuff. But I really want to give a shout out to 3 people in particular. I really want to give a shout out to Majin Obama, aka 2D Jazz, for doing a great job of communicating all this information to me. He's given me a ton of the backstory. He's the one that's been helping me, provide me with the videos to look at and to do these DHCs on. So once again, if you want to know anything about that's going on in Japan Guilty Gear, follow at 2D Jazz on Twitter, and that is Majin Obama, and he is doing great, great, great stuff for the Guilty Gear community in Japan and in the U.S. because he is a English fluent speaking person living in Japan. He has access to Jonio-san and Mikado Arcade and all these other people. So he's been doing a lot of work bringing Japanese Guilty Gear to the U.S., such as what I'm doing here tonight. The other person I really want to give a shout outs to is M. De Silva on YouTube. You can see her YouTube channel. Let me get to the YouTube channel here really quick. I want to see if I can get to the YouTube channel directly through her username here. youtube.com. Yes, in fact I can. Okay, sweet. So you can go to, here, let me do this really quick just so you guys can see it. What I'm going to do here is youtube.com/ndesilva. There you go. That is the URL that you want to go to, that you see right there under Dan. youtube.com/mdesilva. She has a ton of awesome Guilty Gear footage on her site. In fact, the video that I'm going to be doing the DHC for comes from her channel. So definitely want to check that channel out for a lot of great Guilty Gear content. And special thanks once again to her for allowing me to do the DHC from some of her YouTube content. Last person I want to thank, of course, is always Jonio-san, who streams and puts content on his YouTube channel. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to get to his channel, but if you do look up Jonio-san on... If you look up Jonio-san on YouTube, just literally type Joniosan. Let me add that to the description below here. So basically, if you just do the search for Jonio-san, which is right there, you should get his channel first. His channel icon is Johnny from Guilty Gear, and his channel title will all be in Japanese, but if you find that, pretty sure you're in the right place. So if you just look up Jonio-san, period, you'll be able to find his channel. He's been doing a lot of great stuff for, he works at the, I'm not sure if he works there, but he definitely does a lot of work from the Mikado Arcade. He streams a lot on Twitch. He's also got twitch.tv/Jonio-san. He's been streaming a bunch of stuff there as well, and he's figured out how to get it all in HD, so his content is all in HD. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Yeah, someone in the chat just put the link to Jonio-san's channel over there. But Jonio is awesome. He's been working with Majin Obama a lot to do a lot of this content. In fact, they've got a lot of stuff coming up that I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. Actually, I'll talk about it now. One of the things that Jonio and Majin Obama are doing together is they are running an event called the Tenkai Budokai that's going to be starting actually this weekend. So you're going to want to take a look at twitch.tv/Jonio-san, because that event is starting this weekend, and what that is a special event where they just get top players and they just play first to tens with each other. So they're setting up a whole series of these first to tens, and in fact, this weekend, oh man, this is going to be crazy. It is going to be at 4 p.m. on Japan Standard Time. It is going to be Karinchu Johnny versus Kazuki Dizzy as the inaugural event of the Tenkaichi Budokai League Series. Not only that, but there is going to be live English commentary done by Majin Obama for those streams. So this weekend is going to be KIT. You should watch some KIT, but thanks to the time zone difference, if you want to tune in live also to this Tenkaichi Budokai match, you can do that as well and not miss any of the KIT action because of the nice time zone differences. So again, that's going to be on twitch.tv/Jonio-san. Let me update this. Twitch.tv/Jonio-san. So that is going to be the Tenkaichi Budokai this weekend. Also, if you guys can, there is a nice blog called Event Scrubs, which is eventscrubs.wordpress.com. If you go there, Majin Obama has written up a big, long guide to the Tenkaichi Budokai, where they talk about what it is. So, for example, the Tenkaichi Budokai is an 8-man league-style Guilty Gear event brought to you by Mikado Game Center in Tokyo, Japan. Hosted by Jonio and the Mikado Game Center in Tokyo, this event offers viewers a chance to see league-style first to 10 sets from the top competitors in Eastern Japan. This year's Tenkaichi Budokai features an interesting mix of classic Guilty Gear players, masters of new characters, and fan favorites fighting for the title of Best Under Heaven. So he has some information there on, some good information. For example, it's beautiful because Jonio is doing this on Twitch instead of Nico Nico, and so there's no paywalls or any things like that. It's Twitch where we're all used to being able to check that out. And again, there's going to be live English commentary by Majin Obama and Japanese commentary, in fact, by Jonio himself. So it should be a lot of fun. There's going to be 8 players split into 2 groups. There's the Spade League and the Heart League with 4 players in each group. The players fight one another in round robin first to 10 sets. So between these 8 players, we're going to get a lot of matches here. One player will emerge from each group based on win-loss differentials, and these winners will then advance to the final championship group. Second and third place finishers from each group will then fight each other for a chance at redemption and the 3rd spot in the championship group. Of course, I'm just reading this directly from the website. Let me see, let me update this. Might as well add that in there as well. Scrubs.wordpress.com. Shout outs to the people in the chat who keep adding these things to the chat as well. So let's do this real quick. There we go. So there you go. There's some key URLs that you probably want to go and check out. And the players that are going to be in this league, the Spade League, is going to be Roy, who uses Soul. Nage, who's obviously a very strong player using Faust. He's been at EVO several times. FAB Potemkin, who doesn't know FAB Potemkin, probably using one of the weaker characters in this game to ridiculous depths and levels. Summit Chip will be playing in the Spade League, and in the Heart League will be Kazuki with Dizzy, Zadi with Raven, Haken with Soul, and Karinchu, one of my personal favorites, with Johnny. And as I said, this weekend, Kazuki, Dizzy, and Karinchu Johnny will be the first match that we will actually see. So that site has all of the schedule there. You can see when everybody's slated to play against each other. You should definitely check out that link right here for all the information on the Tenkaichi Budokai event that's coming up. Now, let's talk a little bit about the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards. As I mentioned, this is an event that's coming up on January 14th. Again, we do not know the actual stream details yet, but follow at 2DJazz, aka Majin Obama. Let me put him here on this. Sorry for doing a lot of this stuff on the fly. Let's see, does that fit? No, it doesn't fit. I've run out of space. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Like I said, trying to do this all on the fly. But follow 2DJazz on Twitter because he will be providing all the information that you need about this ArcSystemWorks event. He should be tweeting it out as soon as he gets information. So you'll definitely want to follow him about this event that's being put on by ArcSys themselves, which is super cool. So again, this is the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards. It is going to be 2 8-man tournaments for Guilty Gear Revelator and BlazBlue, and it'll feature 8 players each. So this event that I am going to be streaming here today is, again, this is a restream. This has already happened. This has already taken place. But this was the final qualifier spot for the ASW FGA, the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards. So already 7 players have qualified for the event in Guilty Gear. So for example, here's the list of the people who have qualified already. Machabu, who uses a ton of characters, probably is going to go with Sin, as that's kind of his boy. And Omito, who uses Johnny. Now these 2 guys qualified for this event by getting 1st and 2nd place at EVO. So they automatically qualified into this event. So if you guys saw EVO, you got to see Omito just destroy people with Johnny. It was beautiful. Also going to appear at this, also qualified already, is going to be Tomo and Sabamisu. Now, Sabamiso. Tomo, of course, is a Leo player, probably the best Leo in Japan. And Sabamisu is a Bedman player and considered one of the 2 best Bedmans from Japan. They qualified by getting 1st and 2nd place at Arc Revo 2016 at Toshinsai, which was super packed, super stacked, I should say, of a lot of strong players. Very, really cool to see Leo and Bedman qualifying for this event. So we're going to get some cool, awesome character variety here. There was also a popularity poll to vote into qualifiers as well, and Koichi, who uses Ino, got in there by the popularity poll. And the last person to make it in through voting was FAB Potemkin. How could he not qualify through popularity poll? Easily one of the most fun guys to watch for using Potemkin at a level that is ridiculous. Finally, there was a previous qualifier spot that was run in the Shinjuku Sportsland in Kanto. This was East Coast Japan. So this was an East Coast Japan qualifier. And the winner of that was Nage, who uses Faust, who I mentioned earlier is in the Tenkai Budokai. Again, player who has made it to EVO. I think he won EVO one of the years recently, and always been one of the strongest players, one of the greatest Fausts in Guilty Gear, in Guilty Gear Xrd. So he qualified in the East Coast tournament. Now, this video that I'm going to be doing, which took place in Kyoto, in Kansai, this is the West Coast qualifier for the tournament. This took place, this took place in Kansai, and players from Kyoto, Osaka, and all the areas around Kansai actually came out to see if they could qualify as the last spot in this tournament. And again, this tournament will take place on January 14th. I haven't seen this footage yet, so I don't know who wins. So I'm going to be watching this along with everybody at the same time. I'm going to be seeing all the upsets and dominations along with everybody. So this is going to be really, really cool. Lots and lots of fun. And the nice thing about it was, what's really interesting about this, so like the Arc Revo tournament, if you guys remember, one of the biggest anime fighter tournaments in Japan, was single elimination, I think 1 out of 1 game, and so people were like, well, this is really wild, right? It's common in Japan to have tournaments like that. However, these qualifying spots were 2 out of 3 double elimination tournaments. So they actually used U.S. rules, typical U.S. rules for these qualifier spots. So it was really, really cool that they adopted that. So it was a 2 out of 3 double elimination tournament. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to talk about here. Again, that is going to be January 14th, and that is going to be the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards. It is for Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. I do apologize. This is something I do need to fix. I do not know enough about BlazBlue. I really wanted to talk about the players who qualified for BlazBlue as well, and add a lot of that information in there. Unfortunately, my BlazBlue knowledge is kind of low, so I kind of just didn't want to do it injustice by half-assing it, talking about what's going on in there. Now, in this video that we're going to watch, as we said, it is there was matches played off stream, so we're not going to be able to see everybody who was at this tournament, but it was quite a stacked tournament. A lot of really strong players. I'll talk about them a little bit as we run into them, if I can recognize the kanji in their name pretty quickly. But there are players like Kuni there, who used to be a very strong Ramlethal player, now is a Raven player. There's a player named DC who uses Sin, an OG player with a lot of competitive history, used to play Johnny. There's even a player from Sweden who made it out to this event, who did really well at EVO, Svampen, who uses Jacko, which is super cool. I can't wait to see some Jacko action. But he was in the tournament. And there's actually some players like Dogura who actually entered this event, and apparently he was eliminated off stream, so we're not going to have any of his matches here. But that shows you that shows you how strong the players were. And again, shout outs to the guys in the chat. M. De Silva herself is here in the chat giving some information. She says that entrants were Kuni, Takahara, Kadako, Rozu, Roka, MGA, Kanegon, Seri, DC, Defure, Dogura, Spike, Svampen, Tabun, and like 3 more people in there. So this is going to be lots of good stuff. And last night, I did a test, and the video stream seemed to be working okay, so we're going to just go ahead and do that. So that's all the information in there. Again, I do apologize ahead of time. My Guilty Gear knowledge is not as strong as I want it to be, but that is why I'm doing something like this, because I want to give myself practice to commentate some Guilty Gear action. And let's go ahead and get started with that. And I do also want to note that I will be repeating a lot of this information during the course of the stream, not in so much detail, but in just little bits of detail. So for people who tune in a little bit late, they will be able to understand what the ASW FGA is, what Tenkai Budokai is, etc., etc. But for now, let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's see if I can get this rolling here. Also, just want to give a note, this is not M. De Silva's fault. This is not anybody's fault, but the stream was captured not at the greatest quality, so it is going to be a little blurry, but hopefully people shouldn't have any problems with that. So hang on a second, let's do this and let's get started here. So you can hear this here. And the picture is a little dark, so I do apologize to people, but should be good enough. Should be good enough to watch some of this awesome action. And you can see right away here, we have DC Sin going up against Faust here. I'm sorry, I apologize about the little shakiness here. I'm trying to do some stuff on the fly here. Trying to see if I could recognize the Faust. This might be Defure Faust, if I can read the kanji properly here. Let's see. Yes, this is Defure Faust. It's a strong Faust from the region who's done really well at previous SBO. He played at an SBO in 2010, made it very far there. And of course, as I said, DC is a Sin player with a lot of competitive history. So right away you see DC just going in there, getting the knockdown and choosing to eat some food. So reset his hunger meter, and now going in for the offense now. Nice blocks from Defure, but just got caught by the beak driver right there. And now here comes that pressure again from Sin. Nice block on the dust in the air. You can use that just as a last second overhead. But okay, gonna yellow Roman cancel. YRC his food eating so he can maintain the pressure. But again, good blocking from Defure. Here's a chance from Defure. Gets the overhead reset into the jungle, but he drops the combo. That is a crucial drop right there from Defure, which is going to give the round to DC. Again, these are 2 out of 3. Wow, just getting with the jump H on the way down on the neutral jump. And now, ooh, counter hit. That's going to be, ooh, I think he was trying to bait out a burst. DC was definitely trying to bait out a burst, but no burst came, so ended up letting that combo go. Wow, wake up with a dive kick right away, but it was too high, so he couldn't combo. So now DC here with a big lead gets the counter hit. Not going to be able to juggle off of that, but nice block on the bull bash overhead from a screen away, and wow, DC just blowing up Defure real fast in that first game. All right. Again, this is 2 out of 3. which is super cool. And sorry, you're gonna see my notes for a second. There we go. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm doing all this stuff. You know what? Honestly, I need more monitors on my TV, on my computer. I need more monitors. I need actual widescreen monitors. But here we go. This is gonna be match 2 between DC and Defure. Here we go, and starting right away. Wow, just poking right away, gets the black hole. And now here comes the oil, but DC doesn't care, just goes right in there. Here's that pressure in the corner again. Canceling the beak driver into the hop. That time, Defure not blocking the overhead. But nice wake-up throw from Defure, and he's going to get the instant overhead on the instant dive kick. But then right away, DC gets out of that pressure situation and is starting to apply his own pressure here. Goes for the instant overhead with the jump dust and is going to convert the combo completely, fully, and again, 2 times in a row with that instant overhead jump dust. Wow, I mean, it's not the fastest overhead, but, you know, if you're not expecting it, yeah, it's going to get you every time like that. So great blocks again, but wow, just going to do an air beak driver, catching Defure off guard, and everything is going DC Sin's way right now. Nice block on the dust. Floating in the air a little bit, using the faultless defense floats in the air. But again, he has never been able, Defure has never been able to escape this pressure. Nice burst to get out of that situation right there. He's going to get a lot of damage from that combo. DC trying to avoid the springboard. And now just chasing him down. Yeah, Defure is, got caught by the overhead again. And he's going to convert into this big old combo. He's going to spend the meter to go for the super. Not enough to kill, but look at this pressure. Yeah, too high up. He's not going to be able to combo. So now Defure needs to make a really crucial comeback. But this is going to be really tough. But it is very possible because this game can be very momentum-based. Great anti-air with the 2K. Oh, again, blocks. Oh my god, he went for the food and the meteor. He wasn't expecting the meteor. He had no idea the meteors were coming. So now going my way into the corner, he's going to be able to convert off of, burst at the last second. He's going to keep himself alive. He wants to win it. Oh my god. We're going to end in a double KO, which, unlike Street Fighter, doesn't give both people a round. If it was the second round and they double KO, they both go. So that was great for Defure. What a comeback into that double KO. He's still in this. He still has an opportunity, but he's going to get caught here by DC Sin. Again, into the corner, the pressure going. Oh, what an air throw. Catches the dive kick away. And, okay, dust from Defure has a little bit of upper body invincibility there. Was able to use that. And here we go into the corner. Pressure from the Love throwing the bag head from the air, but great throw and backdash to get away from the meteors, and here comes the black hole sucking everybody into the middle of the screen. But once again, same thing that we've seen so many times, this corner pressure, he's going to be able to Roman cancel his throw, get the big damage, that should kill. Oh, not going to kill, but the OTG is enough, and there it is. DC is going to take that first match over Defure. So Defure potentially moving into the loser's bracket. Now, again, I don't know where this all is in the brackets, but Defure, I'm assuming because this is early on in the tournament that this is going to be on the winner's side. But as we keep going, I don't know where people are in the bracket, so as we keep going, obviously some players are going to get eliminated, some are going to be loser's bracket matches, some are going to be winner's bracket, and I'm not 100% aware of which ones those are going to be. So this Eno player might be Roka, and the Potemkin player might be MGA, I believe. Those are the names that I have for these players, but I'm not 100% sure. If someone in the chat can let me know and give me the word on that. But here we go. Look, Potemkin does a lot of damage. In that 14 seconds I was talking, Potemkin already did like 60% life, right? But it's going to be a little bit rough because the thing about Potemkin is regardless of how strong he is, and you know, it's a common practice that people want to stay away from grapplers. But the thing about it is, okay, so yeah, it is Roka and MGA. But the thing about it is, in Guilty Gear, you can really apply a lot of pressure to the grapplers in this game. But just like that, MGA is going to take the first round. Again, Potemkin considered kind of a low-tier character, but the Potemkin players out there are dedicated. They are so good at this character. Gets him with the command grab with the Potemkin Busta and gets in there. Wow, nice confirm off of the stand punch off of the 5P. Gets the stagger in the corner. Oh, look at that. Looks like he had delay. Use the purple Roman cancel to catch Roka by surprise and immediately goes for the command throw after the surprise attack. And just like that, you know, man, that match was so fast. Holy crap. But this is what happens when you fight against a Potemkin. If you cannot stop Potemkin from getting his momentum and going in there, the damage is ridiculous, right? Now, Potemkin, what Ino is going to want to do is try to use her notes to get in, but you got to use them at the right angle so Potemkin can't flick them back. But if you can get the notes going and Ino can start applying the pressure, you know, for those people who aren't familiar with Guilty Gear, she's very Morgan in CVS2-like. She's Morgan in like in Marvel, in which she has the instant ground dash, which turns into the instant overhead. But it doesn't matter because, oh my god, MGA with a jump back read, gets him with the heat extend. Nice. Gets under there but wasn't able to confirm the combo because MGA was able to shake out of the stagger. Nice empty dash into low. Oh, went for 3 triple dashes, but a 6P there from Potemkin is going to be able to stop that pressure. But now here he comes Roka. So he gets MGA to use the burst. Nice confirm into the vertical chemical love. And now here's that note pressure that I was talking about. Goes for the reset on the jump dust. And now here's the big combo into the note pressure. Gonna wake up with the super. Oh, but a beautiful block, counter hit. And that is the beauty of Ino's pressure right there. She can react to things like that and still block in time. So there you go. Roka takes that round finally. But you saw right there how Ino does win this fight. She does want to get that pressure in against Potemkin. There we go. Vertical chemical love surprise. Try to chase him down with stroke the big tree, but nice escape there from Potemkin, but having to still deal with the pressure and has to use the burst. Use the burst to try to get some momentum going. Again, beautiful chase down. Here we go. Corner pressure, combo, full conversion, knockdown. Oh, into the super. Wow, okay. And it's still going. Man. Okay, beautiful stuff there. Jump back punch to counter Potemkin's jump attack. And there you go. 2 rounds in a row right there of what Roka really needs to do to win this match. Whew. All right. Starting off with a couple of really exciting matches right away. And this is, look, I talk about why I love Guilty Gear. This is one of the reasons why you're going to love watching Guilty Gear. When you watch Guilty Gear, even between the same 2 players, no 2 rounds ever look the same. Just the craziest things happen constantly. And this game is so much more about adapting and confirming hits and being really one with your character more than any other fighting game. It's pretty crazy. Nice wake up 6P there from MGA is going to convert into the missile. And then chasing down Ino, and look at that. Ino with no life already and a bad pressure situation just gets thrown by MGA. But here we go. Oh, Potemkin backdash, by the way, is ridiculous. Potemkin backdash is like almost completely invincible until just like a few frames at the end. So backdash, pop buster is such an effective tool. But here comes Roka. Here's that pressure. The longer the note travels, the more hit. Oh my god, he's just going to do the air throw super in the middle of that pressure sequence. That is a read, that is a call out, and then just gets the chip with the hammer fall. Perhaps Roka thought he was going to cancel it, but there you go. Wow. With a clutch anti-air super is going to get him right out of that situation. Too far for that heat extend to connect. And now catches him with the heat extend. And just like that, you can see right now, Roka, no life. Even got caught by the slide head, which gave Potemkin a lot of time to get in there. Okay, here we go. Opportunity now. Goes for the pressure. But good blocks so far from MGA. Oh, was that? No, but he didn't have a burst, so maybe he just didn't think he was in range. But here we go. Oh, goes for the fire. But wow, I didn't even see what the heck happened there. I don't even know how Roka escaped the Trishula. But, oh, flicked the note back, but was still hit. That's the enter. Oh my god, we're going into danger. Oops. So once you go into danger time, whatever move you triggered the danger time with becomes cancelable into anything, including faultless defense, including jump, including anything you want. MGA is like, danger time, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're grabbed. And just goes for the pop buster. Awesome stuff. Again, shout outs to everybody tuning in. This is a live DHC episode of a tournament that has taken place. You can see last month. It took place in December 17th. Last year, this was the final qualification spot for the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Award event that is coming up in 2 weekends on January 14th. This is the East Coast qualifier or the West Coast qualifier? Let me see. I just want to make sure. This is the West Coast qualifier that took place in Kansai for the last spot of the 8-man event that is going to be taking place in Japan. Again, that is the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards event put on by ArcSystemWorks. That is run by the company that made Guilty Gear. This is a restream of that event with some live English commentary. I have not seen these matches myself, so this is all new to me. This is Svampen from Sweden, traveling all the way from Europe, coming out here to play Jacko. He did really well at EVO, and if you guys don't know Jacko, Jacko is so confusing. But what she does is she throws out those little bases and she gets minions. She's literally League of Legends within Guilty Gear. I feel like they designed this character specifically so League of Legends players can play this character. But she throws out little bases and minions come out and they do attacks for her. Very interesting character. All of her special moves are just on the dust button. I think she only has like 1 or 2 command special moves. And of course the player that Svampen is going up against is a Kai player. This is probably Rozu Kai, I'm going to assume. I'm going to wait to see if someone in chat can confirm that for me. Oh, wow. I think he was... No, but there was no burst, so I'm not sure why he ended that combo in that way. Might just be something about Jacko that I'm not familiar with. Here comes Kai. Going in there, trying to get in there with the pressure, but nice jump out of there by Svampen. Now Svampen getting the juggles here. I see in chat, not a lot of Jacko fans out there. Well, you're not going to be happy because Jacko's going to take the first round. So this is not Rozu Kai. This is a different Kai player. This is Toshi Kazu Kai. This is Toshi Kazu Kai. Shout outs to the chat out there helping me watch this. When Jacko puts that field around her, she is invulnerable to projectiles, which is a huge problem because Kai can really control a lot of space with all of his projectiles. So getting that to happen is a problem for him. But of course, Jacko, whenever she does a lot of these things, like she can speed up her minions, she can put that projectile invulnerable field. But whenever she uses those commands, there's cooldown. You actually have to wait for the opportunity to do them again, and you can see them above her. You can see them above her super meter right there. Those 4 colored boxes. They show you the cooldown period, and you see the blue box right now is halfway full. She has to wait till that fills up again before she can use those different things. Again, very MOBA-styled character. Very interesting character design. But here comes, what's the name? Toshi Kazu. I'm going to have, oh my god! Wakes up with the command throw super and is able to take that round. And there it is, Svampen going up 1-0 against Toshi Kazu. Again, Svampen did really well at EVO just recently. So, Swedish player came all the way out here to this event to try to qualify for this event. Really cool. Really, really, really cool. Coming all the way out here. This is the dedication that you get from the Guilty Gear players. Jacko's not really a grappler, but she has a couple of command throws. Specials. You can see whenever she catches you with the giant bell, those are command throws. But really, she relies a lot. Look, half the characters in Guilty Gear have command throws, so half the characters are grapplers in a sense, right? There's so many command throws in this game. Oh, wake up with the blitz! catching Toshikazu by surprise. Now Toshikazu has the combo in the corner, bursting at the last second. Yeah, you're bursting at the end of the combo, but that's a guaranteed burst connecting situation. Really, the anti-burst techniques and strategies from players, high-level players, has gotten really, really strong and very advanced. So a lot of times when you want to burst, you have to burst in situations where you're guaranteed to hit the opponent. Oh, just got caught low. You saw that little exclamation mark appear above Jacko's head. That means she was hit by a move and was blocking in the wrong direction. Nice little information there from the Guilty Gear developers to put in there to help players see what's going on. Now here's that pressure, throwing the house at him. Throwing everything at him except for the kitchen sink. Nice! That jumping H, I believe it is, with Jacko. That's the automatic cross-up. She does like a little helicopter kick with her legs and hits on both sides. Able to catch Toshikazu on the wrong side. Wow! Kazu actually throwing Svampen out of Svampen's command throw, it looked like. Chasing after him, pressuring. Throws out the split seal, gets the glyph out there. But, reset into the command throw. Gonna give Jacko an opportunity to put down some more houses. Yep, she's building. She's almost, she just needs one more house so she can build a hotel on Baltic Avenue. But just calling out as many minions as he can. Recalled all the minions now. Wants to start them over. You can beat up on the little houses there so that you can actually disable them. So what you want to do is sometimes recall the houses because they build up levels as they keep attacking. As long as the minions keep attacking, they build up levels. So if you can recall them, pull them back out, they come back with full health again, and that way you preserve the levels that they've built up to. All right. And now trying to apply, okay, good pressure. You see that Toshikazu canceling stand slash into crouching heavy slash just to kind of fix the, wow, nice blitz. But, try to kill the delay off of the standing slash a little bit. Oh, yeah, you cannot Roman cancel if you whiff an uppercut like that. But here comes that pressure from Toshikazu, still going in there. Gets him with Greed Sever, but wasn't able to confirm the combo. Great conversion there from Svampen. Now Svampen applying the pressure in the corner, and you see all those minions now. The pressure is on. Gotta deal with minions everywhere. Got caught by Dust. Okay. Didn't quite get the full Dust combo out there, but then just catches him out of the air. Did not faultless defense in the air, and there you go. Svampen is going to take it. Yeah, a lot of people, I apologize to the people watching this on YouTube, but a lot of people in the chat putting out great information out there. There are throw techs in this game. If you both throw at the same time, there's a lot of option selects that you can actually do there. CH Breadsticks in the chat talking about how you can throw tech out of air dashes as well. So you can have OSs in the air. You can air dash, hit like heavy slash and other buttons. And if they throw you, you tech. But then if they don't throw you, then other buttons take priority over that. So you don't whiff an H move. In fact, one of the coolest things about this is that if you get Guilty Gear for the PC or for the console and go through their mission modes, there's actually missions in the game that talk about these throw OSs. They actually teach you how to do throw OSs, and it says option selects. This is how you do a throw option select. Like, all these things are in the game. By going through the mission modes, by going through the tutorials, they even have tutorials in there on how to fight all the characters, because learning how to fight a lot of characters in Guilty Gear is really tough. It's really, really difficult because you really have to learn about the character's options because this is a very vortex-heavy game. So you really have to know about the character's options. And the beautiful thing about Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator is that a lot of stuff is in there. Even very basic level stuff. If you go to training mode and hit the pause menu, there's an FAQ on the side that seriously says, what character should I pick? How do I dash? Why can't I do special moves? Like really simple, basic questions like that. Really great stuff. Again, one of the reasons why I think Guilty Gear Revelator, obviously I love the game because the game is awesome. And the characters are interesting. You can already see the action is fast-paced. It's furious. Very high variety in the gameplay. Very exciting. But the package that they built for the game itself, for content, for information. Even the lobby system is super sick. Like, you're just walking around and like walk up to arcade machines to challenge people, and you can like kick a little soccer ball around the lobby rooms while you're waiting for matches and stuff like that. There's just the most sick things that they implemented in this game. Very, very cool game. So I definitely do encourage people to go check it out and support it. Again, if you guys have just tuned in, this is a restream of an event that took place on December 17th. It was the last qualifying spot for the ArcSystemWorks Fighting Game Awards, which are taking place on January 14th in 2 weekends that are coming up. Stream information unknown, but follow Majin Obama at 2DJazz. You can see right there. Follow 2DJazz on Twitter, and he will tweet out the information as soon as that comes in, so you'll know exactly when to tune in to the ASW FGA. It's going to be BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, 8-man tournaments, double elimination. This was the last qualifying spot for it. The other players who had already qualified for it were Machabo and Omito, Tomo, Sabamisu, Koichi, FAB, and Nage. So it's going to be an awesome event. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But we're just getting started here. We're only 20 minutes through this video. There's like 2 hours of footage to go through. But I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get some more Guilty Gear action. So do not go anywhere. Great stuff. And it's probably only going to get better. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.